We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Set to return, this is Brandon Cooks. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. First down, Winston. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And on the ground they go with a running back. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd and 5.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. He cuts out left sideline, a little room now. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jeremy Hill, 31 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is going to sound a little strange, but that was a really nice effort because he broke a tackle and almost sprang free, but it still ended up with a loss of yardage. The defense won that battle.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And Olsen over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down. Third down now following the completed pass. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And they'll run it here. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A dump off now to Hill. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
He'll air it out deep for a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw is Rodgers. Right side caught by Jackson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make it 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover. And when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Rodgers going to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now Rodgers looking for his running back, and he's got it. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Nelson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
I got 83.
Rodgers again now. And Olsen over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw, it's Rodgers. Caught on the left side by Ginn. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now back out comes the offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why doing...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Final play of the half here. Winston sliding out of the pocket. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's in for the